And we're here. We got the ranking the top 10 shooting guards in the NBA. This has to be a good list right here. You know, I feel like it's pretty easy to rank the top 10 shooting guards in the NBA currently, man. So let's get into the video and let's see what he has to say.
Last video I did my top 10 point guards. You guys know the drill. Today I'm going to be doing the top 10 shooting guards in the NBA. And as a disclaimer, I didn't mention it in my last video, but if you are injured, your ability to
Ant definitely in there, bro.
Compromised.
I put Ant. Ant might be top 4, bro. Ant might be top 4 shooting guards in the NBA.
I.e. Kyrie Irving, Damian Lillard, Jason Tatum. You will not be in these videos.
Actually, Ant really plays
the last video saying
small forward. He's not shooting guard. He plays shooting guard sometimes, but he's really small forward. So Ant shouldn't be on this list. He's mainly a small forward.
Coming in to start us off at number 10, I got my guy Coby White on the Chicago Bulls.
Coby White?
Being a homer with
Coby White is a bucket.
I'm a big fan of Kobe, not just because
I've been told y'all, like, when my Lakers was playing Coby White, I really was noticing him, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Coby White is actually he's really good at his job, bro. And I've been telling y'all he was a problem. That shit is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, Coby White evolved into the top 10.
Last 3 to 4 seasons has been amazing. This is a guy that even though he was a top 10 pick, he was struggling to be our starting guard. Constant issues with his play.
Oh, he's a Bulls fan.
Shot selection, poor defense. I mean, you truly name it. He was not good at anything despite his 3-point shooting that was still erratic at times. But now he has improved to officially being a 20.
I could dig the top 10 though.
The handle has gotten better. He's an efficient scorer at the rim, shooting 65% in the restricted area, and is one of the best off-ball shooters in the league. And Kobe is able to rip off these stretches throughout the season that are insane. When he catches fire, he catches fire. He had a stretch in March and early April where he was like 20 games of averaging 28 points a game on 54.
What I like about Coby White, though, I know he's talking about all this statistics and stuff, bro, but all that to the side, what I like about Coby White is he knocks down in the clutch, bro. He really knocks down when, you know, all the pressure is on the Bulls and stuff like that. You know, he knocks it down when they need it. When they desperately need a bucket, low-key, Coby White is the first option. You know, I know y'all like Zach LaVine. Bulls fans love Zach LaVine, you know, but Coby White is actually, he's low-key first option when it comes to that, bro.
90 splits. But that's unfortunately the reason why I can't put him higher on the list, because he does have a lot of cold stretches. He's a very streaky shooter at times still. Also, the playmaking is definitely not there in comparison to guys higher on this list. And defensively, he doesn't have too much of an impact. Regardless though, I'm expecting bigger and better things next year, and hopefully he can climb up the rankings on this list.
Good lay up there.
Number 9, I got Boston's bald menace himself, Derek White.
Derek
White as a talent, you could argue, is not even better than some guys not on this list, but he still has an insane impact.
I would have put Derek White at like 7. Derek White would have been at like 7 on my list though.
Celtics team on both sides of the ball, and I think next year with Jason Tatum being out, his role is going to increase, and I expect his production to even increase in the box score. We all know the impact he has on the defensive side of the ball, being one of the best perimeter players in the league defensively, so there's really no need for me to go into detail.
I wouldn't say perimeter.
Offensively, he truly does not get enough credit. As a passer, he's a very connective kind of guy, can make the extra pass, high IQ. You can actually run some sets for him while he has the ball in his hands. He's a very good 3-point shooter. I mean, this is a guy that this season averaged 38% from 3 on 9 attempts a game. And similar to what I said about Coby White in the last spot, he is such an insane player when he is on fire. Because unlike Kobe, he's clamping shit up defensively along with the offensive explosion.
That's a fact. He really does. He be clamping shit up.
19 points a game, 5 rebounds and 4 assists on 46% from the field, 39% from 3 on nearly 10 attempts a game, and 86% at the free throw line. This
playoff performer.
Limitations, the impact is obvious. Next year, without Jason Tatum and Drew Holiday, I expect the offensive production to increase, not only as a playmaker,
that's crazy.
But
Tatum really is out for the whole
season.
season.
He may even be better than some of the guys I have ranked ahead of him on this list, but
he
because
is.
of his limitations, obviously.
I already know he is, bro. He should be like number 7.
Offense at a high enough level that you can rely on and lean on. I can't put him any higher. Coming in at number 8,
bro. If you watch Derek White for the past 2 seasons, bro, it looks like he's got way better I'm telling you, he looks like he got way better.
Heat's newest all-star, Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero, yeah, I'm taking Derek White over Tyler Hero for sure. But Tyler Hero had a hell of a season.
But I think 8 is just fine for him because he showed a lot of improvement this past season, especially as a primary ball handler.
Oh my God.
Overall feel for the game in general. Hero out of the pick and roll is one of the better players
20.
in the
Oh,
league.
he averaged 24 points, 5.5 assists, 5.2. Yeah, he was balling.
He's very useful.
He was balling.
One of the better shooters in the NBA. Also, this past year was one of his most efficient years in the league. He shot 65% at the rim, 44% in the mid-range, and 38% from 3. He's literally just the definition of an efficient volume scorer. The problem with Hero, though, is that off the dribble, he doesn't create separation on real defenses or really any defense that you can get up underneath him, and that's shown essentially every single playoffs. And even though he's a solid playmaker, or should I say well-improved playmaker, he cannot be your #1 decision maker as we saw this past.
That's the only reason why I don't care for him.
He ain't going nowhere.
He don't play the same in the playoffs, bro.
And then defensively, he is just terrible. Like, no bueno. But like I said about Derek White, like I said about Coby White, I could see him climbing higher on this list. The man has improved every single year of his career, essentially. Coming in next at 7, we got the newest guard in Orlando, Desmond Bane. Now, I'm not
Desmond Bane in the top 10?
Desmond Bane trade to Orlando, but after really thinking about it, I love it, truly. I mean, sure,
Desmond Bane?
A little more than his actual value, but at the end of the day, this is a legitimate.
I don't know about this.
Game score. One of the best shooters in the league, especially off the catch. One of the best off-ball players, period, in the NBA. And in addition to his off-ball shooting that they desperately need, he also adds a dimension with his on-ball playmaking as well. He is improved. He's not just some stationary shooter. Bane can put the ball on the floor, create his own shot, and make plays for others. And he's not just doing that shit because he's sharing the court with Ja Morant and benefiting off of his rim pressure. As we saw this year without Ja Morant, Desmond Bane was averaging 21 points a game, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and shot 48% from the field and 39% from 3 on nearly 7 attempts a game. I honestly debated putting him higher on this list, but I just don't see him getting that much better, which isn't a bad thing because
he's really he's just a scorer though. That's the only thing. Like Desmond Bane, he's not really all around. I don't think Desmond Bane is that good of a passer either, bro. Like I think Desmond Bane is just a pure scorer, which is fine, but I don't know, man. He might be too high on the list, bro.
Good player, but playing next to Paolo and
it might be too high on the list, bro.
Take a bit of a dip, and defensively, he's not going to have that much of an impact to be higher on this list, in my personal opinion. But I could be wrong. But moving on to our next player, we got Austin Reeves at number 6. Now, Reeves and Bane, I went back and forth on who I want to put ahead of the other, but
Austin Reeves at number 6. Yeah, I absolutely agree with this. You know what I'm saying? Austin Reeves at number 6, even though we were on the verge of losing this man, Austin Reeves, bro. And I low-key, we still are. We are on the verge of losing Austin Reeves. This is crazy. This is crazy. But, I mean, yeah, bro, I agree. Austin Reeves is definitely top 6 shooting guards in the NBA. This dude right here can not only is he an elite scorer, bro, he can take over and win games by himself. And I seen him do it against the Celtics, bro. I seen him do it live against the Celtics, bro. This man dropped like 40 points. He had a 40-point win, bro. And not only that, he can hit shots down the clutch, bro. Down the stretch, bro. If we desperately need a bucket, LeBron is tired, Luka can't do it. Guess who's going to do it? Austin fucking Reeves, bro. He's really that. I'm trying to tell you, bro. He's really that. Let's just say we didn't have Luka or LeBron. Reeves would be averaging around like 27 points. Easily. He would be averaging around 27 points. But his game is taking a step back because you have you have one of the best scorers, top 3 scorers in the league, Luka Doncic. So it's just like your game is going to take a step back regardless. And then you have LeBron. No matter how good LeBron is playing, bro, but just like whatever, it don't matter what team LeBron goes on. He's going to be a top 2 option. It just doesn't matter. He's going to be a top 2 option. So that also takes his game a step back. So it's just like, I mean, it's not much he can really do. But, you know, when we need him to get a bucket, he's always there. That's one thing I like about Reeves, man. He's always there.
went with Reeves just because, unlike
And his
Desmond
defense
James,
is really
Reeves,
good
I do
too.
think is on a
His
higher
defense is
trajectory.
pretty good.
And playing next to Luka and LeBron, he has shown the ability to still get his at a very
Oh my
high
God, let's
level.
not mention
Every
his
year of
passing.
his career, he has taken
Let's
a
not mention his
dramatic
passing.
uptick in production. I don't think people realize how good of a stretch he had to close out the year from February till the end of the season, because he averaged 23 points a game, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, a steal and a half on 48% from the field, 39% from 3 on 8 attempts, and 91% at the free throw line. The playmaking and ball handling is getting better every single year. He's a good 3-point shooter and off-ball player. He can get to the free throw line,
Elite
and knock
shooting
them down
guard,
at a
bro.
high clip. And he's proven that he can do it when Luka and LeBron are not playing.
What did I just say?
And there are hella games where you can find in the clutch, Luka and LeBron have even deferred to Austin Reeves at times.
What did I
If you
say?
Go back to that Chicago.
What did I just say? When LeBron and Luka can't do it, Austin Reeves is always there to take over. I'm telling y'all, bro. Y'all really think I be trolling when I say Austin Reeves is an elite shooting guard? He is an elite... Bro, y'all call me a casual when I say Austin Reeves is an elite shooting guard. This just shows y'all don't watch Lakers basketball, bro. Because when both of our superstars can't do it, they rely on Austin Reeves, bro. They rely on Austin Reeves every time. I'm trying to tell you, bro, Austin Reeves wins games by himself, bro. He can do that. Bro, that's what y'all don't understand, bro. Like, y'all really be y'all be throwing that casual word around, bro. That shit be blowing me, bro. It shit be pissing me off.
Bulls game where Josh Giddey hit that game winner. The whole reason we were even down in that moment is because the play before, Austin Reeves got the ball and scored what seemed to be the game-winning layup. And it wasn't something that LeBron and Luka created for him. He created that for himself. As you guys can tell, I'm expecting some big
And he
things
has
from
great
Austin
court
Reeves.
vision too,
Now,
like,
why
bro.
I can't put him any higher than number 7 on this list is because defensively he doesn't have too much of an impact. And even
That's
though
a lie.
he's improved offensively, there are still some flaws with his self-creation ability. Though his handle has improved,
Yeah.
it's nowhere near the level to compensate for the fact that he's not a great athlete. He can get bullied and struggle on the perimeter. And I
That's a
think you're
fact.
going to see a theme with literally every single guy above him. They don't really have an issue with physicality. Which
Yeah, I'm
brings us
not.
to
That is one thing about Austin Reeves. He does kind of get bullied a little bit, bro. But another thing, one thing I don't like about Austin Reeves. It's hard for this man to create space. I don't know what it is. Yes, he has elite handles, bro. But sometimes that doesn't mean anything. I don't know what it is, bro. But sometimes he just can't create space. And I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, bro? I understand you're trying to get to your hot spot, bro. But, bro, you have the handles to create space. I just don't understand it. If you can't create space, bro, just take the screen. I don't know what Austin Reeves, when he does the ISO ball, it's like a 40% chance he actually creates space off what the fuck he is about to do. Like, I don't know what it is, bro. Your bag is deep enough, bro. Your bag is deep enough.
The beginning
It's
of the
deep enough
top
for you to
five,
create
and start
space.
Things off, I got Zach LaVine. Now I know a lot of people have given up on Zach LaVine. He's in Sacramento now, playing loser basketball. But let's
Zach
not
LaVine
sleep
at
on
5,
who
bro?
Zach LaVine is and what he still provides to the game as one of the best off-ball players in the league. He is a great cutter. He's a great catch and shoot player. On top of that, he's a good on-ball player, can create his own shot on the perimeter, can get to the rim. One of the most athletic players in the league still, despite all the injuries, and is one of the most efficient volume scorers in the league. The man shot
Facts.
51% from the field this year, 45% from 3 on 7 attempts, and 83% at the free throw line, while giving you over 23 points per game. And if you think it was just a Sacramento thing where he's benefiting off of that offense, you would be wrong, because he was doing that shit in Chicago also. And mind you, even in Sacramento, he's not in the most favorable situation, as he has to play with that bum DeMar DeRozan. But he is far from the perfect
What?
player. He's definitely taking strides, but he's not that great of a playmaker, nor a rebounder, and defensively he be lacking. I can't cap. But the
Or just
reason I
call
have
DeMar DeRozan a
above
bum.
the guys below him is because he is such a good scorer on and especially off the ball, and I don't think the guys below him make up for the scoring gap in a way that I can comfortably put them ahead of him. But moving on, next I have at number 4.
I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't really paying too much attention to Zach LaVine. I mean, he might, maybe he does deserve that 5 spot. I mean, those stats below, they kind of proved it. I'm gonna keep it real with you. They kind of proved it. I wasn't really paying attention to Kings basketball like that, but I mean, Zach LaVine was doing that when he was on the Bulls and the Kings. Maybe he is top 5. Let's see who he has at 4 though.
Now, I know a lot of people are probably wondering what the hell is Amen doing at number the scoring gap. Amen Thompson. Now, I know a lot of people are probably wondering what the hell is Amen doing on the shooting guards list. Well, let me explain why. For one, when I look at the Rockets team now, I do think Amen is going to be playing the shooting guard. They got Fred VanVleet at the 1, KD's there, Dorian Finney-Smith, Jabari, and Sengun. I would think
that dunk
Jabari
was crazy.
DFS is at the power 4, Sengun's at the 5, KD's at the 3, and then you could throw Amen at the shooting guard. Amen is arguably the best athlete in the league today. The speed, the strength,
bro, this dunk is unbelievable.
The body control, the lateral quickness, all at elite levels. He can get to the rim on anybody. He's a crafty finisher, a good passer that can find the open man in almost any situation. On top of that, this man is a go-getter on the boards, averaging 8 rebounds a game this year. But what really puts it over the top for me when it comes to Amen's game is the defense. You could argue he is the best wing defender in the league.
That's a fact.
And with this
That's a fact. Nah, he is. Nah, you could definitely argue that with somebody else, bro. But in my opinion, he is the best wing defender in the league. I gotta give it to him.
Best guard,
I'll give it to him.
Wings and even switch on a big from
straight
time
up.
To time. I'm expecting big things from Amen next year because with that bum Jalen Green gone and KD to replace him,
Jalen Green is a fucking bum.
Half-court player that has real gravity to his game, can space the floor at an efficient level, and pairing that with probably the best athlete in the game that can get to the rim on almost anybody.
Packing
that
shit.
That shit is gonna. Be but I can't put him any higher than 4 because of the.
He is nice though, but low key. I don't want to say it, bro, but low key, bro. Can he take over? Y'all think Amen Thompson can take over? I don't think I ever seen him really like take over a whole game. I don't know. He is kind of a two-way. He just not really a volume shooter though. He's not really a shooter type of guy, but if Amen Thompson could shoot, oh my god, he might be top 3 in the league. No bullshit. But hey, I mean, this might be. I just feel like this is too high, bro. I feel like this is too high. I'd have him at like 5 or maybe 6. I don't know.
Nigga can't shoot for shit, and it ain't even just.
Yeah, that's the only thing, bro.
A bad free throw shooter
if he could shoot, he would. He'd be absolutely unstoppable.
Our top 3, I have Devin Booker. Now, D Book had a really rough year, not statistically speaking, obviously, but I'm talking about the Suns as a whole. Missing the play-in is definitely not something to be happy about.
Devin Booker at 3.
D Book is one of the best we got in this league because despite his limitations as an athlete,
bro. These stats not fooling me. I'm taking a men over D Book right now. I'm taking a men over D Book. Matter of fact, bro, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm taking Derek White over D Book right now too. I'm taking for sure.
He makes up for it by being one of the best mid-range shooters of all time. D Book this year shot 52% from the mid-range on 325 attempts. That is truly ridiculous. And on top of that, he's still one of the better playmakers on this list. You could actually argue the best
stats not fooling me.
This list, and doing it on a team that, granted, did have some shooters like KD, Grayson Allen.
I seen D Book play this season. Stats not fooling me, bro.
Due to injuries, and on top of that, his big that setting those screens and rolling for him was Jusuf Nurkic. I repeat, Jusuf Nurkic. And for him to go out there and still put up the volume numbers that he was putting up in the box score, it's truly insane and a testament
not
to
everything
his
about
talent.
numbers though.
He's not good off the ball because he can do the catch and shoot shit and be effective without the ball in his hands. As this year, even though the pull-up shooting was down, he shot 37% on his catch and shoot threes. The only reason I wouldn't put D-Book higher on this list is, for one, he doesn't get to the rim like the two guys
higher?
Him, and I do value
too
that,
high,
especially from primary ball handlers. In addition to that, even though he has improved as a defender over the course of his career, he's still not some standout guy on that side of the ball. And honestly, I just think those 2 points have to do with the fact that as an athlete, he doesn't compare to a lot of guys in the league, which is still a testament to his skill, don't get me wrong. But the lack of athleticism can really only take you so far. But speaking of athleticism, that brings us to number 2 on this list, Donovan Mitchell.
Oh,
Man,
oh yeah, I
be
can dig
sometimes
that.
feeling bad for you because
For
you be
sure.
going into these playoffs averaging 30 and shit, but your teammates let you down.
Who do you
can't
have
make
one
a
of?
conference
Don
finals.
is at
But then I
2.
remember you're a multimillionaire who just got engaged to Coco Jones. So fuck out of
What
here.
the
with
fuck
that
does
shit.
that
But
mean?
in all seriousness, though, D Mitch, I
Bro,
think, is
what?
one of the more underrated players in the league. Not necessarily
Oh my
because people
god,
don't
bro.
think
His
he's
bag is so nasty.
is one of the more underrated players in the
Woo!
league. Not necessarily because people don't think
Bro,
he's a
if
great
I had
player, but I
athleticism
think
like
there are real
Donovan Mitchell,
aspects
bro,
of Donovan Mitchell's game that goes unnoticed. The
that should
obvious
be
is
over with.
there, which people talk about all the time, which is how prolific of a scorer he is. Which it's hard not to talk about that. I mean, the man just went into the playoffs and averaged 30 points per game on 57%.
Yeah,
true
he's a
shooting.
playoff
He can score
performer
on all
too.
3 levels, and he can play with and without the ball in his hands. But where I think he is extremely underrated is as a passer and playmaker. D Mitch is such a great off-ball player and scorer as a whole that it overshadows the fact that he's one of the best pick and roll ball handlers in the league, makes insane reads on a daily basis, hence making him one of the more versatile players offensively in the NBA. You want him to catch and shoot off pin down screens, he can do that. You want to run the offense through him with pick and rolls, he can do that. You want him to create his own shot off the dribble, he can do that. You want him to close games and rise in the playoffs, he can do that. You want him to get to the rim and free throw line, he can do that. His
That's a fact.
versatility is so
I never really paid
underrated
attention
and
to his
slept
passing.
on
His
because of
scoring is
just
so
how
good.
great
It's
of a
just like,
scorer he
fuck his
is. And
passing.
I kind of hate how he's labeled as just a great scorer because that couldn't be further
What
from
I
the
just say.
truth. But while we're on the topic of truth, the reason I can't put him higher on this list is mainly because of the defense. D Mitch defensively, primarily because of his size and position, he can be taken advantage of a lot. And on a team where he's sharing the backcourt with Darius Garland, that can be a big problem. But honestly, he's such a prolific offensive player that you could argue
Oh
he's
my
the best shooting
god,
guard
look
in
at
the
that
league.
pass.
Honestly, he's such a prolific offensive player that you could argue he's the best shooting guard in the league. But I won't make that argument because at number 1, I got Ant-Man himself, Anthony Edwards. I mean, what
Bro.
can I not say about this dude? Of
Maybe
course,
I'm
he has his
tripping. He
flaws.
does primarily play shooting guard. He just big. He looks like a small forward, bro.
He's not a great playmaker at times. He can make some bad decisions with the ball, but he is a well-improved playmaker because he's not bad in that aspect at all. He's still able
I knew
to
I
make
wasn't
great
tripping.
reads on
He's
his
definitely
drives,
a
and I think
shooting
he showed
guard.
a lot of improvement in that throughout the playoffs, as we saw numerous games where his shot just wasn't falling, but he was still able to have an insanely great offensive impact on the game because he's so
He's explaining the reasons why, you know, the cons of Ant-Man, but if I'm keeping it real, is Ant-Man or Donovan Mitchell number 1 for the shooting guard place? I'd probably have to go Ant too. Ant for sure. I'm going Ant. Just only, I feel like they're scoring wise, they're damn near the same. But then if we turn over to playmaking, I'm gonna have to give it to Mitchell. But then if we go to defense, low key, bro, I'm gonna have to go to Ant, bro. And that is the reason why I'm taking Ant over D Mitch. I mean, their playmaking, I said Donovan Mitchell, but I feel like the playmaking is not that far apart. It's not that big of a gap. But where I feel like the gap is at is the defense. Anthony Edwards' defense, bro. Come on. He can lock up, low-key, he can lock up your favorite guard without you even knowing it. He can lock up your favorite guard without you even knowing it. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
great at getting
And he be
to
having
the
some
rim,
clutch
that he
blocks,
draws
too. I know y'all
attention
seen that
from the
last season.
defense, and more times
be having
than
some
not, he's
clutch
going to find
blocks.
the open shooter. And speaking of shooting, the man just had one of the best three-point shooting seasons of all time, shooting nearly 40% from 3
Yeah,
on
that was
10
crazy.
attempts.
I did not
game.
expect
That
him to
is
shoot that
just
good.
Insane. And when you couple that with the fact that he's a good defender, unlike D Book and Donovan Mitchell, I think that's what really puts it over the top.
That's what I just said.
Obviously not
I literally
perfect,
just
can
said
get
that.
some tunnel vision at times, like I mentioned earlier with his playmaking, and as improved as a three-point shooter he is, he can fall in love with that shot a little bit too much. And for someone as athletic as he is, the lack of a mid-range game is a little bit concerning. Because imagine with that
that's a
quickness,
fact.
shiftiness, strength, if he was able to consistently stop on a dime in the mid-range area and knock those down, he would be such an unpredictable and unstoppable player. But hey, a man can only dream, right?
He'll do
Because
it.
despite the flaws, he's still worthy of being the best shooting guard in the league, in my opinion.
He's already
These are my
unstoppable.
top 10 shooting guards in the NBA. You can see the list
All
on
right.
the screen right now.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Devin Booker, I don't agree with this. I already told y'all. Amen Thompson, I feel like he's too high. Zach LaVine, just a tad bit too high. Austin Reeves, I feel like that's a perfect spot. perfect spot for Austin Reeves. You know, Amen Thompson, I would have had him at like 7. Desmond Bane, honestly, I don't even think Desmond Bane, I feel like would probably been at like 9. Derek White would have been higher on my list. Kobe White would have been a little bit higher on my list. Tyler Hero, this is a perfect spot for Tyler Hero. Number 8, he was definitely balling last season. Only thing I don't like about him is his playoffs. You know how he performs in the playoffs, so he can't be any higher than 8. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Desmond, yeah, I already told you Desmond Bane lower. You know, Austin Reeves good. Zach LaVine a little bit lower. Amen Thompson lower for sure. Devin Booker lower. Donovan Mitchell pretty good spot.